Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo TJ, aka BstMstR, your friendly neighborhood ninja here on CarnivalSpirits. This is my submission for DailySpirits. The topic is what album within the past 10 years speaks to me the most. And before I get into this, I just want to say to DCFaygoGuy, I saw your comments, and The Wraith dropped over 10 years ago. We're in the middle of 2013, so as of mid 2003 till now, within the past 10 years, I'm going to say that this is the psychopathic release that speaks most to me. I'll tell you why. After The Wraith dropped and after Hell's Pit, of course, Juggalos didn't want ICP to stop making music, and some Juggalos were upset that what ended up happening was a whole second deck, and there is a little bit of Viva la Resistance towards carrying on in the same fashion that, or whatever. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but I just want to say that a lot of Juggalos have been let down by ICP because everything came to a head in such a climatic just excitement, and then where do you go from there? From the era of raining diamonds and celebrating life, and of course ICP's big reveal or unveiling of the carnival as God, and they're not sorry if they tricked us, and they hope that Juggalos find God. Okay, it's not a command, it's just a statement, and a lot of people embraced that, a lot of people got it, a lot of people were really torn by that, and the fact that ICP could carry on despite causing a rift in the fan base, because let's face it, a lot of people dropped the hatchet, so to speak, when ICP released The Wraith. But the Juggalos that did not feel disappointed by the unveiling, and the ones that were down for the cause, and really took it to heart, obviously that album would speak to a Juggalo like myself, but technically within the last 10 years, this is the album that speaks the most to me since The Wraith. It just was the right album at the time of my life. I never hear people shitting on this album, even though there's so many things that are similar with this album, with other albums that people shit on. First of all, everyone who was disappointed that Mikey Clark didn't produce The Wraith or Hell's Pit, he came back, and this was kind of like an epic reunion. And even though it's a solo album, ICP is credited, and Violent J is heavily involved in the production of this. So Violent J, Shaggy 2 Dope, and Mikey Clark back on an entire album. That's what this is. And after The Wraith and Hell's Pit and The Calm, and obviously we got the Wraith remix albums, and that had a couple of Mikey Clark remixes, which, if you guys think back, there were a lot of Juggalos that were like, yes, Mikey Clark is back. People that didn't like Mikey Peasy Weezy. And Twisted, of course, was using other producers like Fritz the Cat during the Man's Myth and Mutant era. Fritz the Cat and 2 Dope worked together on several tracks here. Another person who's involved in, credited for additional writing and engineering would be Lavelle, who is Mr. Hart of the Supervillains, because this came out in 2006, and Supervillains started and ended just as quickly, I believe in 2005. And Psychopathic obviously puts out lots and lots more stuff than they used to. It used to just be ICP on the label, bringing on other entities to Psychopathic meant that they had to, spread their promotion all around, and so Violent J got a solo album first, and he really flipped a lot of wigs with Wizard of the Hood. I remember him acting nervous if Juggalos were going to like it or not, because it was such a stretch. It was so different. It's a storyteller's album. Now this right here is a sequel to Shaggy's first solo EP, which is Fuck Off. So right off the bat, this album was like highly anticipated. Old school Juggalos who love vintage Shaggy 2 Dope, the Southwest Strangler. Let's face it, everybody was waiting for this. And so when it finally came out in 2006, I loved the beginning of it, the energy, right? The prelude, and the title track, Fuck the Fuck Off. Oh shit, yo, it's Shags the Clown. This encompasses the energy and the confidence and the camaraderie that every fucking Juggalo that I know has. It's just fucking exciting. And again, maybe I'm biased, okay? A lot of people that shit on ICP Psychopathic, they're really just shitting on Violent J. And if you get into a conversation with a hater, 9 times out of 10, their beef is with Joe Bruce, all right? So if you guys are out there saying that Shaggy is an innocent and he can't control the fucking shit that happens behind the curtain, it isn't a magnet for so much unfounded hate that ICP gets from within the Juggalo nation. So anyways, The Tempest is promoted in this, and it doesn't even come out until like a year after they said it would. Classic ICP style, you know? It's a fun album. You know, Fuck the Fuck Off was produced by Shaggy 2 Dope. I love Shaggy 2 Dope's production. You know, he produced a bunch of tracks on this. One of them is one of my favorite Psychopathic tracks of all time, which I'll get to. Keep It Scrubbin'. You know, that's one of 2 tracks on this album that was produced by Polar Bear. You know, Keep It Scrubbin' is a fun song. It's almost a menacing song. Back off, jack off. You ain't spooky biting my CDs like they're delicious cookies. It's fucking awesome. This shit ain't for pussy heads. This shit ain't for rookie kids. Bloody creatures carve your head out. This the shit that brings the dead out. I love that. Lyrically, I can't tell you how much of Shaggy's shit is ghostwritten by Jay, and it really doesn't matter. All I care about is the messages are strong, and these are anthems for Juggalos. It doesn't matter how we disagree on all sorts of different things, but tracks like Forever and Always, that's the epitome of Psychopathic. Fucking a dope Mikey Clark beat, solid concept. I'm gonna be here forever. I think I have some quotes written down from it. I'm never gonna die cause I belong alive. I'm the motherfucking proof that only strong survive. I never been in Folcom, never changed to appease, never gonna car crash or catch a lame disease. You always see me on a tricycle, big as a car, tricked out with 3 fat bitches on the handlebars. A motherfucking clown pimp, never passing away. And I'll always be your homie from way back in the day. Death can't have this cause I'm quicker than bullets. Rednecks try to hide from me sniffing their mullets, but I can spot them out fast, pack a hearse until it bottoms out. Never taking a ride and one myself, that's what I'm talking about. Nope, never leaving. I'll never stop breathing. I'll always be a heathen, never leave my mama grieving. I'll never get old, never get weak, forevermore. I'll run the underground from here to Ecuador, never gonna die. That shit is awesome. That shit gives me tingles just saying it. A feeling of holy shit, that is amazing. I love it. Another thing I love about that track is how they got Blaze Your Dead Homie coming in with the clock ticking, and he's like 1978, 1983, 1995, 2007, 2017, 3012. Yo, I'll never be history. I'll always be the future. Swan diving off the Renaissance without a parachute. You know, the Renaissance is a venue that ICP used to rock. That imagery is fucking dope. So, another thing about this album that is classic ICP are the tracks are listed in the wrong order on the back. It actually says that Memories is track 5, but it's actually Make It Happen. And I'll never forget listening to this song for the first time, wondering how Memories is going to be a part of it, and then realizing, oh, when the hook comes in. And this is one of my favorite songs of all time. Did I hint that that was coming up previously? Well, this is it. Yeah, Make It Happen is definitely my jam. It's produced by Shaggy. That right there, hands down, is the Juggalo anthem, in my opinion. Everything he says rings so true. And it's just an incredible fucking track. Memories is another Mikey Clark masterpiece. I love the concept. Let's see, Meltdown, Violent J produced it. Very strange song. Now, everybody dies, so you might as well do it in Del Rey. That song is just tons of fun. You know, They Shootin', that's the other Polar Bear track. I got a lyric from that. I shot a bitch in the ear hole, I'm under the curse. Old ladies and priests shoot it out in the church. Any cocksucker gets pissed off quick. The world is going out on some pissed off shit. ICP is the ultimate mirror of society to me. I don't subscribe to the notion that ICP is childish, because it takes a little bit of intelligence to create a song that puts you in the perspective of almost like a video game. You know, everybody's shooting, and Shaggy describes himself being a part of the madness and ultimately fending for himself, just like everyone else in the cold, heartless world that it is. These songs are just rich with imagery that just paints a picture of the struggles of life, and of course all the stupid mistakes and all the fucking evil, wicked deeds that take place all the time. I can hear sirens going down the street as I talk. But next track is another fucking favorite of mine, Half Full, Mikey Clark, brilliant production. How can you not fucking love this? It's just so hard to hate on ICP when they produce this quality of music. How come nothing seems fair to me? How come the world seems scared to be? How come people love to start shit? How come that little kid's heart quit? How come all the good is so out of reach? Why is there broken glass on the beach? Now, people love to make fun of Shaggy when he says, fucking magnets, how do they work? But ICP are geniuses when it comes to lyrics that are reminiscent or foreshadows of their own shit. It's a positive message, and it's a well-received song. I never see Shaggy getting made fun of for getting all serious and chilling out with the wicked shit right there. And then they come correct with Always Fucking With Us featuring Twisted on the next track. And I really got to give a special shout out to Ninja with a Pencil for his most recent Walkcast, because and he brings up so many good points. And if you really don't think that ICP and Twisted are on some intellectual wake up people tip, then your eyes just aren't open. There are strong meanings behind these rhymes, whether it's us against the world, or, you know, as a crew, this record label versus other independent competition, or Juggalo Scrubs or Juggalo Family versus the outside that just doesn't understand, or whatever it is. These songs are just so easy to relate with. And they're fucking hilarious. Pull Me Over is another Mikey Clark banger. I'm taking way too much time with this. Ball Bounce is a trip. Shaggy 2 Dope loves rapping about his nutsack. That's just what he does. I really like Red Moon a lot. I think that's got to be the best Violent J and Sugar Slam combination track out there. 2 Dope and Fritz made, you know, Owl Face Ho. It's hilarious. You know, Cobwebs in the Attic, a great Mikey Clark track. It's About Time is an awesome 2 Dope track. And then the last track of the album, Mikey Clark produced Your Life. And I guess maybe it's expected that Psychopathic has a signature quality to their albums, and that is that the albums finish with a bang. And Your Life, It's All About Karma, is probably one of the most poignant songs in Psychopathic's catalog. I mean, you talk about dividing your audience with The Carnival Is God, and We Hope All Juggalos Find Him, and We're Not Sorry If We Tricked You. The concept of It's All About Karma and Your Life and just everything. I mean, I don't want to fucking read all the lyrics, but let me see the bad weather, I got sunshine for you. From me with that sad shit, I'll fucking ignore you. My days are always fly days like everybody else on them overcrowded highways. I say's karma's worth more than money and love, or any of the above. Shaggy, whether he's spitting ghost-written rhymes or whether he fucking wrote that shit from his heart, there is no better message than It's All About Karma and Your Life. And ICP always slips in healthy doses of common sense in their albums amongst the madness. So when you say that there's like a hidden message, it just means that there's a proportion of entertainment and then there's a thread of moral integrity. And this album delivers all of that. And Mikey Clark has made some of the most amazing albums in his career. And we always say, like, nothing has been able to beat Malenko and, You know, there'll never be another Riddle Box. But this is what Mikey Clark and ICP gave us in 2006. These albums, they all live on their own, and we make each one a part of our life as much or as little as we want to. This is an album that I have made a huge part of my life. And I love the package design. Shaggy's just open arms being doused with Faygo, almost like a fucking Juggalo baptism. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's definitely pimping. I like how they show the different frames of him getting doused. And, you know, this right here is kind of like, it is what it is. A rags to riches situation, okay? But ICP has worked their fucking asses off to achieve something. And as long as they deliver music, life's too short to over-critique everything. So at the end of the day, I'm going to say that this shit spoke to me in fucking volumes. And yeah, I hope this video was entertaining. And I can't wait to see whose turn it is tomorrow on Daily Spirits. All right, I'm BstMstR. See ya!